Look at me. I am man. I am you. Because we watched Season 9, Episode 20, The Puerto Rican Day. So, Katie.
Hello.
How did you like The Puerto Rican Day?
I didn't really.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I didn't find it as bad as I was expecting.
You were expecting it to be bad?
You've hyped it as being bad.
I did not hype it as being bad. I think I am on record on this podcast as saying I don't remember it actually being bad and being deserving of the controversy.
We'll talk about that.
Sure.
Well, anyway, the media has conditioned me to expect this to be bad.
The government?
Yeah. So I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I was just sort of bored.
Yeah. I think Screen Crush kind of said the exact same thing. They said like it was panned for being, controversy, for being, the flag stomping.
That was it.
We'll go a little bit further, but they were also like, worse than anything, it was boring.
Okay, we'll get into it. I'll save my thought.
Sure. So this episode was written by
how many people?
Alec Berg, Jennifer Crittenden, Spike Ferenstein, Bruce Eric Kaplan, Greg Cavett, Steve Coren, David Mendel, Dan O'Keefe, Andy Robin, and Jeff Schaefer.
Jesus Christ.
I'll explain why in a second. It was directed by Andy Ackerman and it aired on May 7th, 1998. Screen Crush ranked this as the 176th best Seinfeld episode.
Okay.
Vulture ranked it as the 169th, claiming the very last place.
High Spearman Row coefficient.
IMDb ranked it as the 149th. So all in agreement that this is a kind of a stinker.
So you said this is Vulture's lowest.
Vulture said that this is the worst Seinfeld episode. I don't think that's true.
But did Screen Crush rank it lower?
Yeah, because they have 180.
Okay. They include
Vulture. Yeah, Vulture like didn't break up parts 1 and parts 2 and all those other things. So Vulture has a total of 169 rankings. Okay. Vulture has a total of 180 rankings. Screen Crush. Screen Crush has a total of 180 rankings.
Okay.
We'll fix that in post.
No, it won't.
So you asked, or maybe you were wondering about all of the writers and why there were so many. And so because they had already planned to have Larry David come back and write the finale, they wanted to use the penultimate episode. It's technically a clip show after this, but to celebrate the post David writer's room.
Is it worth celebrating?
And so what they had actually planned to do is have a writer's room jam, everybody all in the same room working together, and film it on location in New York City.
Okay.
Now, neither of these two things happened.
Okay.
Writing it proved to be too unwieldy, so they broke into two groups, and one group wrote the first half, and the other group wrote the second half, and then they swapped and edited and tried to work together, and then they couldn't secure filming locations in New York City, so they filmed it on a Universal backlot.
They didn't get the permits to close the streets?
I guess not. But they found even doing it that way was super difficult because it was all supposed to take place within a couple of hours, so they could only film during some time to make sure that the lighting was always the same. So production was just super difficult. Having all of the cars they had to move back and forth proved to be difficult, even though they were trying to do it in a kind of easier way. The plot was inspired by David Mendel getting caught in traffic because of Parade.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like where it came from. Elaine's subplot is a parody of the Poseidon Adventure, which is a movie I hadn't seen, but I figured
The part where she gets out of the cab?
no, where she like she's ferrying the people under the.
I was going
stands.
to ask about that, whether that was some kind of Puerto Rican reference that I'm not aware of, like people being turned away. I don't know.
It's Poseidon Adventure.
Okay.
And then the impetus for the George subplot was a group of the Seinfeld writers going to see the movie while you were sleeping. And one of the characters says, "Do you know what love is?" Somebody in the theater shouted out, "Yes."
I haven't seen it myself because I don't really go to the movies very often. And I'm sure that comes as a shock. But I've heard that audiences don't know how to behave after the pandemic, especially. I've heard it from various like stand-up comedians on their podcasts or like in their stand-up, how like people have forgotten how to behave and they're used to being in a one-to-one relationship with their TV.
Sure, yeah.
And then in public, they're like, I'm part of this, but they're not. Their part is to clap and laugh as part of a whole.
You were a silent observer.
Yes. We're going to a comedy show tomorrow. Should we be really obnoxious and get thrown out?
The last time that we went to a comedy show, they had several large aggressive signs.
Oh, yes.
Being like, do not take your cell phone out if we see you with your cell phone. And like, it wasn't like if we see you filming, it was like, if you take your cell phone out of your pocket,
yeah,
we are kicking you out of this theater.
Well, that's a different thing. They're trying to protect the set, which was probably being filmed for Netflix or whatever.
Sure.
But also, people don't know how to behave, and you have to have very large threatening signs all around a venue.
I guess when you were talking about people not behaving, I was thinking like poor like cell phone etiquette, but you're talking about like
just shouting stuff.
And yeah. I've never gone. I've been to several comedy shows where.
Go on.
You're just inserting yourself into this. It's your role right now is to be a silent observer, Katy. Okay. And I've seen several people try to heckle. I have never in my life seen it go well.
No. There's a reason that person is on stage and you are in the audience.
Yes, 100%.
People think that they're funny. And they're often encouraged to believe that they're funny because sometimes when they say stuff, other people laugh. But if they are not smart, they may mistake polite ha for real laughter.
Sure.
And it's one thing I think I'm a funny person. I don't think I could do stand-up. I can't tell jokes. I don't remember anything.
Okay.
I'm not a good small talker.
No, you're terrible.
So I understand my limitations. As a funny person, it belongs on this podcast between you and me and no one else. And on the couch when we're watching TV, once in a blue moon, I'll make a funny comment that will make you laugh.
You know your limits and you play within it. You made a really funny joke. I laughed at it
yesterday. I remember this. Yeah. I'll cherish it forever.
It's funny.
Do you want to tell it? I've cut that out with just the hold music to leave people guessing and assuming I'm funnier than that joke was.
They'll imagine it as the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Inevitably being disappointed when they meet you in person.
Exactly. That's why I don't go out. Let's throw it back to last week when I asked you, several weeks now, what this was about.
An epic battle between Black Sob and Maroon Gulf. I think I nailed it.
I'll read the thing. The gang gets stuck in traffic due to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. George has a laser pointed at him. George, Jerry, and Kramer crash an open house.
Elaine was there too.
Elaine was also there. I know this is a TV show, and I know the writing and the acting was pretty bad.
This is a podcast, Katy.
We're on YouTube. It's technically a TV show. But in the movie theater, the people thought that laser pointer was so funny. And this laser guy is clearly on the spectrum, right? Like he doesn't know when to stop the joke. You do that. You laser the boobs and then you put it away. You leave the people wanting more.
I would be so mad if I went to a movie and some dill hole brought a laser pointer.
Yeah. I feel like there was. I mean, now they're cat toys. You can buy them anywhere. But there was a time where it was like slightly expensive, and the guy with a laser pointer in school was like the smartass, like, you know, waving it at the teacher's butt and stuff. And they'd like take it away and get suspended. And now I don't think anybody would even do that anymore. They're like, oh, that's not funny.
It's been played. I don't know why you made me think of this, but I remembered.
I said teacher's butt?
No. Talking about like back then, and this is around the same time, I feel like a friend of mine, his dad was a businessman and he went on a trip to Japan and he brought him back a Razor scooter.
Oh, okay.
And like, this was, you would not believe, like this was like, we had never seen one of these things before. It's not like today where there's like 2 dozen electric scooters on every street corner. Yeah. But we'd never, like, scooters were like a thing from like the 1920s. And this was like cool and metal and had like rollerblade wheels. And I think like converted to Canadian, his dad had paid like $300 for this thing. And I remember years later seeing one for like $7 at the dollar store or whatever.
Our kid got one secondhand. She had like a cool one when she was little that we bought her. And then when she outgrew it, our neighbors were like, here, take our old like Razor scooter. I hate that thing so much. You can't pick it up without it swinging around and getting you directly on the ankle bone. And she doesn't even use it. She just secretly threw it out.
She kind of likes it.
I don't think she knows that it's there anymore. I'm going to throw it away.
Okay. I'll tell her you did that.
So, no, she'll have to wait till she's old enough to listen to this podcast and make it all the way to the end. And then she'll find out the truth.
This is the end?
Well.
Should we address controversy?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You want to do that first? Do you want me to read... Do you want me to read most of the controversy section in the Wikipedia article? Do you want me to read the controversy? Do you think I can read the controversy?
No. So, okay, watching it.
Yeah.
Before it started, I was like, okay, this is about a geographic and ethnic group. It's probably going to be a little bit offensive because it was the 90s. And I didn't really feel that it was that bad in that sense. Was it?
So you would have some people who even back in the 90s make the same argument. So the main two gripes that people have with this episode are, one,
the flag.
Kramer stomping on the burning Puerto Rican flag. 2, the scene where he looks out the window and he says, it's like this every day in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Fair.
Which fair, I feel like those are unacceptable things to do and say and to like make a joke of, but at the same time, the joke is that he is ignorant and right? Like, yeah. I think the things that are beyond the pale in that have occurred on Seinfeld episodes, there are worse things than this.
Sure. But with the stomping on the flag thing, remember the Simpsons episode where
Hugh? Still warm.
They stomp on the burning British flag and throw shit on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's a big... isn't burning the flag part of protected free speech in America?
Yeah, it means the government can't make a law against it. It doesn't mean that you're free of consequences.
Okay, but it's protected free speech.
Sure.
You don't have to like it, but you can't go to jail for it.
So, due to protests, due to angry letters and protests outside NBC's Rockefeller Center in New York, NBC formally apologized for the episode and later pulled it from repeats as well as omitted it from syndication rerun packages for a time.
Yeah.
The Seinfeld cast and crew found the objections to the episode unreasonable, noting that they started before the episode even aired.
Because they heard the title?
It was based off the title alone. Jerry Seinfeld recalled that when he was asked a protester leader, he could know there was anything objectionable in the episode without having seen it. He replied, "We assume that it's offensive." Two of the episode writers, Steve Corrin and Dave Mendel, later remarked that despite the title, the episode essentially has nothing to do with Puerto Ricans, and they could have moved the setting to any of the many annual parades held in New York City without significantly changing the story or dialogue.
But then they wouldn't be able to say "Vaya con Dios."
Unless they used any other Spanish-speaking anything. So it returned to syndication in August of 2002.
That doesn't seem like very long.
Nope.
So going right back to the beginning, now that we're 20 minutes in, do you think ballpark food counts as real food?
Yeah. We definitely have done dinner at sporting events.
We've done it because we know that our kid will require ballpark food.
Yeah. So
even if we've had dinner.
True.
So we're like, well, we're going to have to buy ballpark food anyway.
If you're in Ottawa and an Ottawa Titans game is happening, I recommend you walk yourself down to Mr. Senior and enjoy a birria taco. Ever. It is definitely the best. I told this to someone and they said, that doesn't seem like a high bar. And I was like, you might misjudge how much food I've eaten at stadiums. But I think it might be the best food I've eaten at any sporting event.
I think it's probably the best tacos I've ever had, period.
I've had some really good tacos.
Sure.
But
we haven't even tried everything on the menu. We just had that and we're like, this is amazing. And we've gone multiple times per game.
We've had the Tinga tacos as well.
They were okay.
They were good. Our daughter talks about those tacos too. And then she tried the other ones and she was like, oh my God, these are so much better.
Yeah.
But like, it's good food. It's a little bit overpriced, but I mean,
it's a ballpark. It has to be.
It's a ballpark.
They only operate
a Frontier League, 5,000 person stadium.
They don't have another location.
No.
They only operate during Ottawa Titans games. So they have to overcharge. But I don't think they're overcharging. I would pay more.
It's like $6 a taco. That's not crazy overcharge compared to taco prices these days.
I was really looking forward to those tacos.
The day you messed up the
I was like, I think it was Labor Day. And I was like, hey, it's the last game of the season. Let's go. And you're like, did you buy tickets to the game already? And I said, no, I figured we could just, we'd get them just before, or we'll get them there. And you're like, it was yesterday. Like, the season's over. And my heart sank. I really wanted those tacos.
No tacos for you.
Under what circumstances would you leave a baseball game early?
I am vehemently opposed to leaving games early.
Yeah.
Any sporting event, stay to the end.
Even if you could beat the traffic?
You know what? It's part of it. What are you really getting by beating the traffic?
You're saying I don't value this experience enough to experience all of it.
And for the price of sporting events, you should get your money's worth. If watching your team be humiliated, that is what you paid to do. You should enjoy it in its fullest.
I just remembered.
You should experience it in its fullest, at least.
I just remembered that we have season tickets to hockey, and we regularly leave before the end of the game.
That's because
it's a weeknight, and we have to get our kid to bed.
I think we might need to stop doing that.
You're not the one who puts her to bed, so
but you're up with her anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
TBD. I was getting physically stressed listening to the other three people backseat drive Jerry.
Oh yeah. Go now. No. Go now. No. Now.
And then they give the maroon golf the pressed ham under glass. I've never heard that phrase before.
Pressed ham under glass? Yeah. No? You never heard pressed ham?
No.
Really?
No.
I definitely heard pressed ham. I don't know about pressed ham under glass. The way that scene kind of ends, I wonder if it was not supposed to be like her getting up, Elaine getting up like that. She kind of like steps almost like out of the car.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then so it was weird because the opening, there was no stand up. They were in the car. And then there was the opening scene, the credits, and then they're kind of back in they're still in the car, but it's almost like a second take. Like everyone's just, Elaine's head is back on the seat. It's almost like it didn't happen. It was awkward.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
Have you ever mooned anybody?
Not as such. Have you?
I mean, probably not since I was 8 years old or something, but
I think boys find it a lot funnier than girls do.
Sure.
So Elaine's feeling pretty car sick. Kramer's trying to tell her, you should throw up. You know you're going to throw up.
I mean, you do usually feel better after you throw up.
I disagree.
Oh, really? I totally...
Well, I wouldn't know because I'm not a puker. So my tactic is to will it to go away.
Yeah, but you regularly feel bad, like gastronomically, on like a day-to-day basis.
I would say that I've gotten much better.
But you regularly do feel bad, right?
Listen, you can't be beautiful and have a good digestive system. God wouldn't give you that power. It's got to be one or the other.
But when you know you're going to throw up and you have that like yucky feeling after throwing up, you usually feel better.
Unless you're still throwing up.
Well, like once the throwing up has stopped, you feel better.
But you don't know when it's going to stop.
You know it's going to stop when you feel better.
I believe that I am, and I just learned this word, emetophobic, because I have a disproportionate fear of dealing with vomit to the seriousness of vomit. Like my own, never want to see it. Anyone else's, terrifying. Like the threat of vomiting, I'm in a cold sweat. Like I can't deal with vomit. I don't like, as a parent, there's vomit and it's like my worst nightmare. Poop I can handle. I don't care about poop. I hate vomit. I fear it.
I'd take vomit any day over poop.
Well, good. At least there's one of each.
That's why that's why we're a good couple.
I think it's because everyone poops and it's a thing that you're used to, and vomiting is like hopefully a rare occurrence, and it's like, I don't know why this happened. I don't know when it's going to stop. I don't know how much more there is or why it's happening. So it's a terrifying thing. I'm not talking about drunk vomiting because you know exactly why that happened. I mean like, sickness vomiting.
Do you think we have any listeners left listening right now?
Because I've just talked about vomit for 3 minutes? I know somebody who you couldn't even make mute it for 2 seconds sound. Because if you made that sound, she would throw up.
Oh, okay. Like that woman on Instagram whose husband just makes that sound and then she like starts to dry heave. Throw up.
I've not seen her.
You know, one thing in this episode early on that didn't ring true was when Elaine said, I need to get home to watch 60 Minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jerry says, I don't know how you can wind down with that clock ticking. It's not relaxing.
I definitely feel like for a while, part of like Friday night watching television, like 60 Minutes was on. And it was like...
Was it Friday or Sunday?
I feel like it was Friday. Maybe it was Sunday.
I do miss... For Sundays, it was Road to Avonlea. So...
Well, The Simpsons too.
Yes, later. I'm thinking like earlier, like we put on Road to Avonlea. Later it was Simpsons. But the Sunday night show... that was kind of like you looked forward to, but you're also like, oh, it's Sunday night and I have to go to school tomorrow. And, people talk about the Antiques Roadshow theme song being that like death knell of the weekend where it's like, oh, it's over. I guess what I'm saying is I miss network TV and the shared experience of
everybody watching the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaine gets in a cab.
Oh my God. Okay. You want to talk about this?
Why?
I think that somebody was like had in their head like this idea for like a 3-minute skit.
Yeah.
That like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if somebody was like in a cab caught in traffic? They get out because they say they can walk faster. Then the cab starts moving. They hop back in. They hop out. They hop in. They're walking. Oh, this is such a hilarious. Like, I feel like this was like a rejected pitch for an SNL skit,
or any previous episode of Seinfeld. It could have fit in as like a non sequitur anywhere. It actually would have been funnier if it had no relation to the episode.
Sure.
And Elaine just
this could have been a cold open for an episode. Yes. That would have been perfect.
It really shows that 12 people wrote this.
But like, how does it make sense for her to be like, I'm stuck in traffic here. I'm going to go walk and get into another car somewhere. Maybe that then eventually drives back to wherever I was.
The only thing I can think of is maybe she goes down a cross street.
Maybe.
But I don't know. Like, what about the subway?
Yeah. So one time when I lived at my apartment in Toronto, Bloor Street was closed for a parade.
Was this our first date?
No. That wasn't a parade. And you were late. I wasn't late. And I had to get across to go to the grocery store. And there was a subway station where I could go in on one side and go underground and walk out and had an exit on the other side of the street.
They usually do.
It was perfect.
And you didn't have to pay? No, you can get in and out without paying.
Maybe, yeah, sure.
I think you laughed when George is getting the laser pointer shone at him and they're talking about it going in his eyes. And he says, I can't be blind, Jerry. The blind are courageous.
I did think that might be maybe the funniest line.
I laughed when he said, stop it, stay away from my breasts.
It's a fair statement.
The bit with Pennypacker and Varnson and Vandelay just went on too long.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like this, finding an apartment for rent and like, it would have been better if they had hidden it more from the real estate agent, but like,
yes, but just Jerry sitting there
TV. Eating Cheez-Its, watching TV. Oh, tell me more about this room. Why is it called the TV room? Like it was
sloppy.
It was sloppy. Who's watching the Saab factory?
Jerry, it's in Sweden.
It turns out my personal trainer has a black Saab 900, same one that Jerry drives.
You don't see many men driving a Saab.
It was his grandpa's.
Cool. Is it a convertible?
Yeah. It's like the exact same car. And I was like, he told me, and I was like, oh, the same car that Jerry Seinfeld has. And he was like, what are you talking about? Because he's 26.
Well, you should tell him to listen to our podcast.
So they're mad at Kramer, and they like rough up the car that they think he owns. Mm-hmm. And then they shove it down this like stairwell for this building. What did this building ever do? Wouldn't you be really pissed off if this building, like...
Yep.
Also, if that happened, who do you call? A tow truck?
Insurance company.
I mean, I would call my insurance company, but then like, you need like a crane to get this car out, don't you?
Yeah. I feel like you would take the railings off and...
I wouldn't be doing any of this.
Someone would take the railings off and then you would probably like winch the car out. You figure it's going to be wrecked. It looked too good to be shoved in that stairwell, first of all.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a real car.
I think it was a real car. What do you think? It was cake?
I don't know. They're doing crazy things with cake these days.
That's all I really had. I was just sort of watching it and like waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder if there ever was a Mets game on the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
That's something you're going to make me look up. Speaking of things being over,
This is how you tell me?
The next episode is the finale.
I guess the next episode is the finale. We're not going to do the clip show.
No, we're not going to do the clip show.
Okay.
What is the finale about?
What isn't it about? The Jerry TV show is back on, and they get on a private jet to fly out to talk about it. And it gets rerouted.
I have some corrections.
I do as well.
Oh, why don't you go first?
Loyal listener Tom. Downtown Toronto is officially defined area. Bathurst to the DVP, to the rail tracks north of DuPont down to the lake.
Bathurst is so far downtown,
though. Bathurst is the western.
I know, border. But I feel like, okay, I believe you, Tom, but to me, that's the middle.
I did look it up, and as defined in StatsCan's Defining Canada's Downtown Neighborhoods 2016,
okay,
the boundaries for downtown Toronto are defined as that. I will say, I did say Bloor Street was the border, and the northeastern border is Bloor Street because the DuPont tracks go south of it there.
Well, okay. You're right.
Also, his phone number ends in Tom and then his last initial.
Nice.
So he appreciates telephone number
customization.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did some mapping as well. In New York, First Avenue and First Street exists and is labeled on Google Maps as the nexus of the universe.
Cool.
Did you know there's a Ukrainian village in Manhattan?
I'm sure there's an everything in Manhattan.
Well, it's just north of First and First. I couldn't find original Rays.
Is Ray Ukrainian? Tonash?
I thought First and First would be the tip of Manhattan. It's like 30 blocks from there.
Yeah, okay.
So where do the Seinfeld gang live? Their apartments are on the Upper West Side. Mm-hmm. The cafe is in Morningside Heights, which is near Harlem. The real one. Tom's Restaurant.
Tom's Restaurant, yeah.
And then Elaine moves during the show, but her old apartment, canonically, is more than halfway to First and First from where they are. So she's downtown, basically.
Okay. And Jerry braved going downtown to date her.
He did. Speaking of Jerry's, the photographer I think you did your project on.
Oh, yeah.
Was Jerry Ullsman?
Yeah, him.
Did you know, or did I just remind you?
No, I knew.
Okay. So why didn't you say so during the episode?
I couldn't remember how to say it.
Okay.
Uzzleman? Uzzleman?
You said, speaking of names that start with S, but it starts with a U.
Uzzleman.
Sure. A whistle dog is $6.99.
That's too much for a hot dog.
Yeah. I just got an IKEA hot dog yesterday for $1.
Yeah.
That's how much a hot dog should cost always. And the baseball player Jason Alexander was born in 1993. So his parents definitely knew.
It was in the thick of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We were talking about kangaroo meat being local.
Oh, yeah?
There is a kangaroo farm in Kelowna, BC.
There you go.
It is a place that you can visit.
And pick up some good kangaroo steaks.
But I think they also farm kangaroos.
Kangaroo hot dogs.
I don't think it would be very good. They're very muscular.
I'd pay $6.99 for a kangaroo hot dog.
You'd got to mix some lard in there.
It's a very lean meat.
Jack Ryan did try to take Jerry Ryan to sex clubs.
Oh, yeah. I looked this up. I think I called him John Ryan, didn't I?
You did.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's his name.
He goes by Jack.
But isn't Jack Ryan like a TV show on Prime?
Yeah. Tom
Is it
Clancy.
about him?
No, it's not.
So the sex club stuff came up in their divorce filings, and neither one of them wanted it public because they didn't want their kids to.
You don't say, yeah.
Right, but the wrong party didn't even want this to be public, but it all became public. Speaking of ball and paddle.
Yeah.
In this episode, they mentioned Bob Sacamano.
Sure.
The last mention of him. You guessed that it was invented in 1926, and it was invented in the 20s. You were right.
I'm not that bad.
Bob Sacamano added the rubber band.
How old is he? You must have been talking about Bob Sacamano Sr.
Senior, of course. And we brought up duodenum.
We've already done this.
No, I looked it up again because I said that a doctor calls it duodenum, and you're like, no, it's duodenum because Seinfeld says duodenum.
I think Family Guy also says duodenum.
Probably because Seinfeld said it, and they thought it was funny. It came up again on Dr. G when I was watching today.
So the same person that you previously quoted as saying
that's
duodenum,
not my correction.
Who said it again, and you're like, whoa, she said it twice. I must be doubly correct.
A French how to pronounce things account on YouTube told me that US and UK English both pronounced duodenum as duodenum. It's duodenum.
What was the first word that you said?
It's either duodenum or duodenum. That's the difference in pronunciation. It's not duodenum. You are wrong, and Seinfeld is wrong. Why can't you admit you're wrong? I admitted you were right about the paddle and ball.
This is the one I care about.
You better hope you never get a polyp on your duodenum, because I will fight you.
I will correct that doctor so many times. Every time he says it under my breath, I'll just be, duodenum.
Uh-huh. Well, that's it for this episode.
See you next week.
Bye.
On Close Talkers. Believe it or not, this is our podcast. Please subscribe at the end. If you subscribed, we would be happy. Please subscribe to us. Believe it or not, it's our podcast.
Is that a Seinfeld reference?